Self-Love is the New Sexy, the podcast devoted to helping you overcome life's most painful and stubborn challenges so you can feel great, have more energy, and live stress-free every day. To reach your full potential, simply work with the powerful spiritual principles that are readily accessible to everyone. It's easier than you think, and on today's show, W. Mark Watts is going to show you how starting with self-love is the key to joyously and harmoniously making that happen.
Hey everybody, this is W. Mark Watts. Welcome and thank you for hanging out with me for another episode of Self-Love is the New Sexy. And today's episode, I want to touch on something that I've been working on diligently for the last, I would say, 5 years or so, and even more so really the last several years, because it continues to be a topic that's top of the mind. And let's get into it today, which is, if you want to end or ease your own suffering and your own pain, stop judging others. Stop judging others and others' situations. So there's so many different things that bring stress and strife into our lives. And in an effort to eliminate those so that I can be as happy and as free and as joyful as I possibly can be, and I'm sure that you want the same thing. One of those areas, and I didn't always make the connection because, of course, we do this so automatically. We judge others so automatically because we've grown up and seen other people do it, and we accept the habit very readily, that we don't realize how that contributes to our own pain. So I had to really take a big look at myself when I started this spiritual journey and, really take a look at the things that I do that are contributing to my own pain, my own trouble. Because in many, many, many cases, we create the struggle, the strife, the pain, the irritation, the anger that we carry each and every day. We don't want to take credit for it, but I'm asking you, I'm challenging you, I'm inviting you to consider the fact that most of the strife that we have is self-inflicted. So, judgment being one of those. How? Why? Judgment is such a big thing. I mean, I recognize it now in so many different ways because I'm really focused on it. And again, once you're focused on something, your RAC, your reticular activation system, RAS, your reticular activation system will start to make you aware of it more acutely in all instances. So I am more acutely aware now than I ever have been of every situation where I'm being judgmental with regards to other people and with regards to myself, whether it be, because I remember years ago, I see someone with a different color hair, purple hair, blue hair, red hair. And my first thought was, what's wrong with them? Now I look at them, I'm like, man, that's nice. That's sweet. That's pretty. If it's a girl, that's, if it's guy, it's cool. Hey, do whatever you want to do. Or, you're in a grocery store or any store and you see a couple with kids or someone with kids and the kids are running around or causing trouble or just, being kids. And I remember, sneering my nose or being uncomfortable or wanting them to leave the store. Now it's like, hey, knock yourself out. That's fine. Just try not to run over me while you're, having fun being a kid. It can be anything, people having a side or a low voice conversation near you and thinking that they're talking about you or somebody that and then even furthermore, another aspect that we discount is how we're so judgmental about ourselves. You know, everything we do, we nitpick. That's not good enough. You don't make enough money. You don't have a nice enough car. You don't have a big enough house. You don't have the perfect spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, or your kids aren't perfect. You're overweight. Your skin doesn't look this way. Your nose is too big. On and on and on and on and on. We judge ourselves and we judge each other on a daily basis. Now, here's the kicker is I realized, and I'm glad, so glad that this was brought to my attention and my awareness. The reason why is because I've realized that as I start doing that, as I start realizing what I'm doing and making a choice to do otherwise, to behave otherwise, I realized that I start feeling better. And it was easier, and it is easier to maneuver, to manage, and to exist each and every day from moment to moment, because we have to let so much of these things that we think are such a big deal, we have to let them go, because guess what? They're not big deals. If someone else is happy wearing plaid and stripes and polka dots, that's cool. If someone else is happy with their weight being more than what the so-called, acceptable norm or healthy weight, hey, that's okay too. If people want to speak a certain way, and this is a big one for me growing up, of course, I have one kid and he's 19 now, and I can recall one day, we're having a text message and he texted something that I totally had no idea what he was saying. I did not understand anything. And I had to text him back and say, hey man, listen, I don't understand a word you just said. Can you speak my language for a second? And he, texts me back, smiley face, and then phrased it in a way that I could understand. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. But, I could have just, discounted him or just gotten mad or said something mean to him because of the way he was communicating with me. And it wasn't disrespectful. It's just that I didn't understand what he was saying. And so, again, I've learned, just like I've learned to be judgmental, I'm unlearning. I'm learning to allow, I'm learning to be cool. I'm learning to ask questions instead of jumping to conclusions. That's the key. That's a big key. Something confuses you, you're not sure about something, instead of jumping to a conclusion and condemning the world and yourself, how about taking a step back and asking a question or doing some research and then being okay with it, because it's not a big deal. It does not move the needle, or it does not shake the universe that people are different, speak differently, do things differently, look differently, that you look different, that you are yourself, that whatever you do makes you happy is okay. We don't have to beat ourselves up. I'm number one in that area, that category. Not fast enough, not strong enough, not big enough. Don't look a certain way, don't have this, don't have that. We take such inventory on the things that we don't have, or we don't, the criteria that we don't meet, that we forget about all the criteria that we do meet. And all the criteria that we do meet are the great things that we need to be focused on. So I'm going to end today, right now, on this point. I don't want to belabor it, but I do invite you to take a look at areas where you're being judgmental with everyone else, with situations, and especially with yourself, and realize that it's okay. Those things aren't a big deal. And the more we allow people to be who they are, and situations to be who they are, and ourselves to be who we are, the easier life becomes, the less stress we have, and the happier we will all be. So I guarantee you to put that to the test, and then reach out and let me know what you think. after you've been doing it for a while. So first, bring it to your imagination, to your awareness. Ask the universe to, hey, show me areas where I'm being judgmental. Ask yourself that question, 2, 3, 4 times this week. And then allow your subconscious mind to start showing you those areas. It'll start bringing them up. It'll start making you aware of it. And then once you become aware of those areas, then start to switch how you think about it. Allow them. Be cool with it. Know that it's okay. It's not hurting anybody. And then watch how your life gets better. And that's what it's all about, right? Making our lives better. All right. Be good, everybody. Talk with you all very soon. Remember, less judgment, more allowing. Talk with you later. Bye now.
You've been listening to Self-Love is the New Sexy with W. Mark Watts. If you enjoyed today's show, be sure to tell a friend. Also, make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing to our show on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you listen to podcasts.